Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down an absolute instant classic from the T20 World Cup. We're talking about the Super 8 showdown between England and Pakistan, a match that, believe me, had everything.
So let's dive right in, because we're going to see how one captain's incredible performance, under the most intense pressure you can imagine, didn't just win a single match. It completely rewrote the story of the tournament for two of cricket's biggest rivals.
All right, so first things first, let's set the scene. We're at the Pallekele International Cricket Stadium. It's a massive Super 8s match. Pakistan has just finished batting, and they've put a pretty tough target on the board for England.
Pakistan gets to a very respectable 164 for 9. And that leaves England with a crystal clear but pretty challenging mission. Score 165 runs, and you've basically punched your ticket to the semifinals. The chase was on. So England's chase begins. What they don't know is that they're about to walk straight into a devastating fast-bowling ambush, and it's being led by one of the most feared bowlers on the planet. And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? There was no easing into the game, no feeling things out. This was a pure, straight-up attack from the second the match resumed.
And the result of that attack? The very first ball of the entire innings. And England's star opener, Phil Salt, is out. A golden duck. I mean, you literally cannot imagine a worse possible start to a run chase.
And the chaos did not stop there, not by a long shot. Afridi also gets rid of the key wickets of Jos Buttler and Jacob Patel. And just like that, in a flash, England's entire top order is just dismantled. They are absolutely reeling at 58 for 4 inside the power play.
So, with the top order completely wiped out, all the pressure, all the eyes in the stadium turned to one man, England's captain, Harry Brook, who, and this is a key detail, was unexpectedly promoted to number 3 just for this game. You know, this was a massive tactical gamble. The call came from the coach, Brendan McCullum, that very same morning, and he was banking on Brook's absolutely incredible record against this specific opponent. And just look at these numbers. Harry Brook just loves playing against Pakistan. He averages over 62 with a blistering strike rate of nearly 160. So England was basically betting that he could pull that rabbit out of the hat one more time, but this time on the world's biggest stage. And boy, did he deliver. He didn't just hang in there, he launched this brilliant counterattack. First, he gets in and stabilizes the innings with a really crucial 45-run partnership with Sam Curran. It gave England a glimmer of hope, a real fighting chance. And then came the spectacular moment. In the 17th over, he gets there. His first ever T20 International 100, and he did it in just 50 balls. Brook had single-handedly, unbelievably turned this entire game on its head. And you've got to understand, this wasn't just any old century. This was a record-shattering innings under the most immense pressure. He became the first captain in history to score 100 in a T20 World Cup. A truly incredible achievement. Okay, so let's jump to the final overs. With Brook's magnificent 100 in the bag, an England victory seemed like a foregone conclusion. The game was won, right? Or was it? So, here's the situation. Just 5 runs needed from 12 balls. England is in complete control. But, as we all know, this is T20 cricket, and the game is never, ever over until that last ball is bowled. And then, in the 19th over, Pakistan's Mohammad Nawaz comes on and produces this moment of sheer magic. He gets Will Jacks out. Then, on the very next ball, Jamie Overton is stumped, and all of a sudden, you could feel the panic setting in for England. You could hear it in the commentary. You could feel it in the crowd. Everyone was thinking the exact same thing. A match that looked completely over was suddenly on a knife edge. The impossible was starting to feel very, very possible. So this was it. The final over. 3 runs to win. 6 balls left. And only 2 wickets in hand. I mean, the tension was just unbelievable for both sides. But after all that drama, it was over in a flash. The very first ball of that final over, Jofra Archer comes on, smashes a boundary, and that's it. It's all over. England had somehow scraped through with a dramatic, heart-stopping 2-wicket victory. So, what did this absolutely wild finish mean for the World Cup hopes of these two teams? Well, the implications were massive, and they were immediate. For England, it was simple. They were through. The first team to qualify for the semifinals, their 5th in a row. But for Pakistan, it was a brutal blow. Their tournament fate was now completely out of their hands, just hanging by a thread. And you can just hear the relief in the voice of the player of the match, Harry Brook. He summed it up perfectly. It wasn't pretty at the end, but despite that late scare, they got the job done. And really, that's all that matters. But then on the flip side, you can feel the absolute uncertainty from Pakistan's captain. All they can do now is win their last game and just hope that other results fall their way. And that's a terrible position to be in. And that leaves us with a really fascinating question to chew on, doesn't it? In a team sport like cricket, how much does one moment of pure individual brilliance really matter? Well, Harry Brook's historic innings single-handedly dragged his team from the jaws of defeat to a famous victory, proving that sometimes, just sometimes, one player really can make all the difference.